Right now, as you listen to this, you are moving. Your house, your city, and the entire planet Earth are hurtling through space at nearly 2.1 million kilometers per hour. But we are not drifting aimlessly. We are being pulled. Something massive, hidden behind the thick dust of our own galaxy, is dragging the Milky Way and thousands of other galaxies toward a single, terrifying point in the dark. Astronomers call it the Great Attractor.
And for decades, it has defied every law of physics we thought we knew. The most disturbing part? We cannot see it. We just know it's hungry. Welcome back to Event Horizon X. Tonight, we breach the Zone of Avoidance to face the invisible monster that dictates the destiny of our universe.
To understand why the Great Attractor is such a terrifying mystery, we first have to talk about a cosmic wall, a blind spot in our reality that astronomers call the Zone of Avoidance. Imagine trying to look at the night sky through a dense, smoky fog. That is what our own galaxy does to us.
The Milky Way is a flat spiral, a cosmic disk packed with billions of stars, massive planets, and thick, toxic clouds of interstellar dust. And unfortunately for us, we are trapped inside it. When we look straight out into deep space, the view is clear. But when we look horizontally, along the flat plane of our own galactic home, our eyes slam into a wall of solid dark matter and starlight. For centuries, this zone was an absolute void of data, a cosmic curtain drawn shut by the universe itself. We knew something massive was hiding behind it, but the light simply couldn't get through. It was a cosmic map with a giant warning label over it. Here be monsters. For a long time, we were cosmic orphans, blind to our own destiny. We had to wait for the invention of radio astronomy to pull back the curtain. Ordinary telescopes only see visible light. These radio antennas don't see the universe. They hear it. To a radio telescope, the dust clouds of our galaxy are as invisible as glass. Our ancestors needed a spark of scientific curiosity to defy the limitations of the light. Now, with technology like South Africa's Meerkat Array, we are finally mapping the dark side. We discovered that the empty space wasn't empty. Behind the Zone of Avoidance, there are giant structures, a cosmic tapestry of interacting galaxies. We found Laniakea, a supercluster of galaxies 520 million light-years across. Every glowing thread we see is an interstellar highway. And in the center of it all, we found the shadow of the entity responsible for our journey, pulling us along with hundreds of millions of other stars. Tonight, you are looking at the invisible map of the universe, and we are finally witnessing the destination.
Welcome to your actual cosmic home address. Forget the Milky Way. Our galaxy is just one tiny, insignificant neighborhood. We now know that we are citizens of a colossal celestial country. In 2014, astronomers Brent Tully and Helene Courtois defined the boundaries of our true local community. They named it Laniakea. In Hawaiian, it means immeasurable heaven. And the name is terrifyingly accurate. Before this mapping, we were lost in the infinite. We didn't know which cosmic group we belonged to.
We thought we were drifting toward a distant object called the Hydra Cluster. But Laniakea showed us that Hydra was just a resting stop on a much longer journey. What radio astronomy had found was a nested hierarchy of gravitational flows. Our galaxy, the Virgo Cluster, and Hydra all were part of the same current. A vast, intricate cosmic highway of gravity where thousands of galaxies were moving like single cars in an unseen rush hour. And all those highways converged at the center of this titanic structure, driven by an entity we still cannot fully understand. This flow of galaxies is not random. It is driven by a precise hierarchy where bigger always pulls smaller. To define Laniakea, the teams of Tully and Courtois ignored the expansion of the universe. They calculated the peculiar velocity, the motion caused only by gravity. When they removed the cosmic noise, the underlying current was revealed. We found that the flows don't just intersect, they nested within larger ones. Think of it like a watershed. Every galaxy is a drop of water. It flows into a river, a cosmic filament. That river flows into a larger basin, the local cluster. And ultimately, every basin in our sector pours into the same titanic oceanic trench. This nested hierarchy is the Laniakea Supercluster, a structure so large it has no central point, just a shared destination, a cosmic confluence that commands the movement of hundreds of millions of suns, including the one in our night sky. Every glowing thread we map, every new galaxy we find, is just another current on the unstoppable river toward the Great Attractor. So, what is actually hiding behind the curtain? What kind of titan has the power to pull millions of galaxies? For a long time, scientists thought they had the answer. As radio data improved, they pointed their instruments at the exact center of the gravitational pull. And what they found was monumental. There, deep inside the Zone of Avoidance, lies the Norma Cluster. It is a dense, massive city of galaxies, located about 220 million light-years away. But as they calculated its mass, the math didn't add up. Norma is giant, yes, but it is not nearly heavy enough to cause this level of destruction. It's like expecting a single boulder to redirect an entire ocean current. There had to be something else. Something much bigger, hidden even deeper in the dark. That's when astronomers looked further back, beyond Norma, and discovered the Shapley Supercluster, a monstrous convergence of over 8,000 galaxies, weighing 10,000 times more than the Milky Way. But even with Shapley and Norma combined, the cosmic scale is still off. The universe is playing a trick on us. They are not the source. They are just the symptoms of an even greater anomaly. This discrepancy forces us to look even deeper into the abyss. If Norma wasn't heavy enough, what could be? The answer lay hundreds of millions of light-years further back, beyond the Norma Cluster, hidden in the ultimate darkness, is the real titan of Laniakea, the Shapley Supercluster. Shapley is not just a cluster, it is a monstrous confluence of over 8,000 galaxies. It is the single most massive concentration of matter in the known universe, 10,000 times heavier than our own galaxy. Shapley is the true gravity well, the oceanic abyss that dictates the entire flow of Laniakea. Even the Norma cluster, with all its mass, is being dragged toward Shapley. This nested hierarchy creates a terrifying cosmic game of larger always eats smaller. We are on a river that flows into a larger river, which flows into an unstoppable ocean. Laniakea is just the watershed, and Shapley is the drain. The Great Attractor itself, that mysterious point we thought we were moving toward, might simply be the shadow cast by this colossal concentration of matter. This leads to the ultimate question of our journey. What happens when we finally arrive? If we are hurtling toward this gravitational titan at over 2 million kilometers per hour, what is the end game? Will the Milky Way be violently torn apart? Will our solar system be swallowed by a cosmic abyss? For decades, this was the ultimate doomsday scenario in astrophysics. A slow, inevitable cruise toward annihilation. But as we mapped the boundaries of Laniakea, we discovered something completely unexpected. The universe is playing a double game. While gravity is desperately trying to pull us into the drain of Shapley, another titanic force is pushing everything apart. Dark energy. The cosmic accelerator that forces space itself to expand at an ever-increasing rate. And here is the mind-bending twist. In this ultimate tug-of-war, gravity is actually losing. The expansion of the universe is so violent that it is stretching the highways of Laniakea faster than we can drive on them. We are on a river toward a waterfall, but the river itself is expanding into infinity. This means something extraordinary. We will never arrive. The Great Attractor is a destination we are doomed to chase, but destined never to touch. Laniakea is tearing apart at its seams, and in a few billion years, the cosmic highways will snap. Our local group will become a lonely island, isolated in an ocean of absolute nothingness. The invisible monster pulling us through the dark will lose its grip, leaving us drifting in a quiet, expanding void. But tonight, as you look up at the night sky, remember the invisible current. Remember that you are a passenger on a galaxy hurtling at 2 million kilometers per hour toward a hidden titan behind the stars. We are small, we are fragile, and we are blind to much of the cosmos. But we were clever enough to build eyes that can hear through the dust, mapping the blueprint of our own cosmic migration. The universe might be pulling us toward the unknown, but we are the ones documenting the ride. Thank you for breaching the horizon with us tonight at Event Horizon X. If you want to keep chasing the universe's greatest anomalies, hit subscribe, leave a comment with your theory on the Great Attractor, and turn on notifications. The cosmos is full of secrets, and we are just getting started.